Describe Patnaik as a father. For us, he's a freedom fighter, he's a daredevil pilot, he's an entrepreneur, a fearless democrat, a federalist. What struck you most as a son?
Well, as you said, for all those reasons, of course, he was a beloved father to us. And then, as you said, his record during the Second World War, him as a freedom fighter, as a great entrepreneur, and an extremely successful politician.
As a son, what struck most? Because in many cases, the public persona is completely different from the individual as a private person, as a father.
Well, what I thought the most remarkable thing about him was how he was ahead of his times in his thoughts and in his actions.
Even as a father?
Well, as a father and as an implementer of what he thought.
While growing up, did you consider him to be a role model? Did you, admire him to such an extent that you wanted to emulate him, wanted to be like him?
In fact, I had no thought of entering politics, for instance. It was only in his demise in 1997 that the then Prime Minister and others requested me to stand from by-election from his parliamentary seat, which I did, because of the great admiration the people of Odisha had for him. And I wanted to continue in that work for the people of the state.
So, till his demise, till 97, you never thought that you would follow his footsteps?
No, neither did I, neither did he.
He never wanted, he never had you during his discussions or political...
No, not at all.
In your adult life, you were part of the charm circle of, what should I say, international celebrities, Jacqueline Kennedy, Beatles. How was it?
Well, Mrs. Kennedy and I began with a professional relationship. She was the editor of my first book and my third book. And we had an excellent relationship.
How was it? How did it happen? That she used to happen to edit your book, it doesn't happen.
Because certain friends of hers in America had suggested my name for a book that she wanted to bring out for a publishing house.
And the Beatles?
The Beatles were here in the 60s with their wives, Maharishi's ashram, and they wanted my advice on various matters in India, again through the suggestion of friends in common.
And did they happen to stop over at your boutique?
They did indeed.
As an admirer, admirer of their music, what sort of an experience was that?
It was a very exciting experience. They were very, of course, fascinating for all of us young people.
Early 90s or by Narasimha Rao's time, Jet Airways was given license. Around that time, did you ever think about relaunching Kalinga Airlines?
No, I didn't. But we have worked for better airline linkage, both internationally and nationally for Bhubaneswar, and we've succeeded to a great extent.
Now, as a chief minister that you have been, but earlier as an entrepreneur, did you ever think about...
No, I didn't.
Because it was a legacy.
Absolutely. But I didn't think of it, no.
Then, 97. 97 was a big event, big year in your life. So, you have already said that, it was your father's, when he passed away, the then Prime Minister had asked you to join politics or contest. But that was a big decision in your life. So, all the other inputs, all the extraneous things, but you are an extremely private person. I can't believe that, you would listen to others and taking such a big jump.
No, it is something that I wanted to do. I saw the opportunity and I did it.
Why?
As I said, because father's service to the people of Odisha, and I thought I could continue that to some extent.
Did this plight of Odisha, did the state of Odisha, did the wild character of certain politicians, were there all also reasons?
I would think so, yes.
What does power mean to you?
Well, I really don't think of power. I think more service to the people.
You grew up in an atmosphere of power where it is almost tangible, with such a powerful politician as father. I mean, not just politician, he commanded power. Here is adulation, admiration. So, how is it about exercising it?
As I said, I never thought of it as power. I thought of it as service to the people, a duty to be done for the development of people.
So, did you succeed as chief minister because you had nothing, no great love for these trappings of power?
Well, I had no great love for the trappings of power, and I was concentrating much more on the development and the welfare of the people of the state.
Or is it because you couldn't be bought? Because you had all the riches of the world. You studied in Doon School. You had a house on Aurangzeb Road. I mean, money couldn't have brought anything more to you.
That is true.
So that you didn't have a prize.
I don't think I had one. Yes.
So now coming back to the state of Odisha, how do you explain the dramatic increase in growth and drop in poverty? How do you explain that in the sense that as a process?
Because we concentrated on the 3 I's: irrigation, infrastructure, and inclusive growth. As far as irrigation is concerned, we've increased the potential hugely. We were when I took over as Chief Minister in 2000, the state was importing rice. Today, we are the 3rd biggest exporter of rice to other states in the country. Also, we won the Agriculture Award, the National Agriculture Award, 4 times in the recent 5 years. As far as infrastructure is concerned, we increased our roads, our bridges, our highways. All that has improved matters greatly. And inclusive growth is our success as far as the welfare and development of women, of scheduled castes, of scheduled tribes are concerned. As far as women are concerned, we have more than 5 million women who are now empowered and also financially independent in our Mission Shakti Women Self-Help Group program. Also in the urban and rural bodies, we've granted 50% reservation for women.
As Chief Minister, what was your personal intervention?
As I said, concentrating on these pro-people and anti-poverty programs, which have been successful to a great extent. That is why our party has been elected for 4 terms consecutively.
Is it because you give a lot of freedom to bureaucrats and you let them work and achieve success, deliver results?
We certainly encourage the bureaucrats to work hard and deliver results.
Now, probably for the first time in a few centuries, Odisha has overtaken West Bengal, at least in terms of per capita income, as a more prosperous state.
Well, I'm very happy that we've succeeded in doing that.
So, and that too, we have had very, I'm
not as a competition against Bengal, but in general that we have succeeded.
Absolutely. But 17 years in 17 years to achieve this sort of result. So obviously, I'm trying to draw you out in saying that that there could be one reason, or at least 2 or 3 reasons. Personally, what you would have done, encouraging bureaucrats, definitely yes. But something in terms of checking corruption or in the last mile delivery.
We've certainly tried to give a very transparent and progressive government, and we've worked very hard, as I said, to remove poverty, and we've succeeded to a great extent.
And not speaking Odia, despite coming from this illustrious Odia family, is it also your own way of keeping a little bit of distance?
No, not at all. Just that I didn't have the opportunity, because before I entered politics, I didn't really live in Odisha.
So, but do you keep a distance as a person and a politician?
Not necessarily. I don't think I keep a distance at all. I'm interacting with the people and others all the time.